All right. Hello, good day to you, depending on where you're tuning in from. This is John Spencer, Director of Education here at Ellev8. What I needed you to do is do me a quick favor. I have to make sure you can hear and see my screen. So drop a number 8 for me if you don't mind in those chat boxes. And while you're doing that, let us know where you're tuning in from. Shout out to anyone on Facebook right now. Let us know where you tuning in from. I'm absolutely excited to share this time with you. Let me see, what do I got here? Jamaica in the house, Nassau, New York, H Town. Let me see, San Diego, Jersey, Chicago, Cleveland, Harlem, Australia, the UK, Italy. Sheesh, all over the globe. Good day to you. Good day to you. And thank you for tuning in on this awesome day. So, here in a moment, I'm going to introduce to you some amazing people that I get the opportunity to work with every single day, every single week. And our mission today, our goal is to just enlighten you a little bit, walk you through a crash course of Ellev8. What is it that we do? How is it that we do it? And what makes us different? But do not skip out. Stay on to the very end because the final educator, also our IT genius, he's going to walk you through a little bit about our technology and our trade automation. So don't miss a moment. Get ready to take notes. And what we say all the time here at Ellev8 is note takers are profit makers or money makers. Don't leave your fortune up to your memory. The things that we're going to share with you will enlighten you when it comes to the largest financial market in the industry known as the foreign exchange. The things that we teach you can be applied to the stock market, the futures market, and even the options and crypto markets. Yeah, that's right. So if you're listening, I want you to drop an ooh and an ah in the chat box because the things that we're teaching you, it's a skill. It's a skill that no one can take away, that you can literally apply to any form of financial markets. And that, my friends, is powerful. So, without further ado, I want to manage your expectations properly. Some of our top educators are going to share what it is that they do inside of their classroom. The purpose is for you to have an experience. You will not, by the end of this video, know everything there is to know about this market. So I want you to prepare to be on board with our education platform because the information I'm going to teach you today is simply a crash course, a super mini crash course, might I add. So, without further ado, I'm going to pass the baton over to my sister from another Mr. Mrs. Ash Motive. Ash, are you there?
Yes, I am here. I am trying to share my face.
Well, while she's doing that, folks, listen, drop an Ash in the chat box so she can hear and see that. Well, I guess not here because you're listening to her, but so that she can see that you are with her, you are in the house or wherever you're located right now. Ash is our basics educator that sets the platform, and she's actually a real trader. You know, a lot of companies, they're basic educators, they just know the basics, they don't know how to trade. Well, all of our traders trade here at Ellev8. We're all full-time educators, and that is huge because we make our money from actual trading. So Ash,
Yes.
please take it
So
away. I'll
two
stop
things.
sharing my screen,
There you
or no,
go.
I don't have my screen shared, so you can have it.
It says that it needs to be disabled for me to share my screen
Got it. Give me a moment here.
and
Let me
my
see.
face.
Okay. Give me a moment. Folks,
There you
we
go.
got a couple things we gotta.
Ooh, there
Okay,
I am.
there she is. Boom.
All
Ash,
right.
folks, Ash Motive. Ash, take it away.
Perfect. So hello everyone. You finally get to see my face. You didn't see it last week, but it's okay. You had another opportunity to see my face. So thank you, John. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself because that is the first step it takes to reaching your goals. I'm going to do my best to try to speak as slow as possible because I do know that there are translators all over trying to translate what I'm saying. And I know how it feels to try to translate in such a fast pace. So we'll take it one step at a time. So I'm excited that you are all here today for another session. And if you're completely new, welcome. We're happy that you're part of the experience with us so we can all elevate. I know last week we talked about my story and how I got to where I am today, but I know your time is valuable, so I won't mention it today. However, you can go back to our previous lesson and go see my story. It's on the iBoomerang Facebook page, I believe, and you can go watch it there. But I will say this, for those that are asking, I was born and raised in Miami really quick, and I currently live in Chicago. I am Haitian Cuban. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say for that. The rest, you can go ahead and jump in our previous lesson and hear my story. So, with that being said, I want to talk about what my mission here is at Elevate. My mission is to elevate others by introducing fun, creativity, and providing the basic knowledge of Forex while bringing the information to life. My sessions are meant to prepare you to jump into our advanced educated classes so that you can learn a strategy, concept, or system and how to enter and exit the market to make some profit. So just keep this in mind. In my classes, we're not learning a strategy, concept, or system. That's for our awesome advanced educators. But what you will learn with me is the fundamentals in a fun, creative way, to just jump in and learn the information. The basics is extremely important for you to understand a strategy, concept, or system. Okay, very, very important. So, what we'll do today, with that being said, let's take a sneak peek at the basics within 15 minutes. Remember this, like John said, note takers are money makers. So, put an 8 in the chat if you're ready to go and get started. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Awesome. Love it. So if you see me looking on this side, that's because I am showing my second screen. However, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn off my camera because I do not want to take away from the valuable information that will be provided for you today. So you'll be seeing me in a little bit. All right, with that being said, let's get started. So I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that were talked about last week, just as a refresher. Okay, so today's session will be a continuation of last week's session. Last class, I mentioned that I know that there are many people out there that are intimidated by the charts because they believe that it's not something that they could be able to understand.
Hey, Ash.
Yes.
Some people are saying that the volume is really low. So if you can maybe tend to your mic or something.
Sure, let me see what I can do. This is better. Let's see. Is it any better? Good? Same?
Some people are saying better.
Okay.
Sounds good. Seems good.
That's progress. Progress is good for me. All right. So I've mentioned that some people are intimidated by the charts and some people just, are kind of just scared. And you have nothing to be embarrassed about because as I mentioned before, that's exactly how I felt when I first started. Intimidation and fear come from not understanding something. So I want to continue to help take away a little bit of that intimidation or fear just by understanding a few things on this chart. So let's get started. First things first, last class we mentioned that these red and purple things that you see on the chart are called candlesticks. So these things that you see are called candlesticks. So, a quick refresher, candlesticks are normally red and green. However, you have the option to change the color of your chart to what you like. I like purple and red. Those are my favorite colors. As you can see, when I turned on my camera, there was a lot of red, right? So candlesticks are visual representation of what is going on in the market. Okay. They represent price movements that occurred in different time frames. Okay. They represent price movement that occurred in different time frames. So a candlestick may represent price movement that occurred in the last 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month, and etc. And you would see it up here, the different time frames that you have here. All right. So now, last week we also talked about that there are two sides to the market. There are the buyers and there's sellers. We have buyers and sellers. The candles display who is in control. Okay, the candles display who is in control. So the green candle indicates buyers and the red candles indicate sellers. So when you see the green candlestick, that indicates price is going up. And when you see a sell candlestick, which is a red, that indicates price is going down. Okay. All right. So we're also going to talk about a little bit more in depth of these candlesticks. Okay. There are two main components that make up a candlestick. Okay. That is the body of the candlestick and the wicks or shadows. Okay. You can either call them wicks or shadows. So there's two things that make up the candlestick, the body and the wicks and shadows or shadows. So the body pretty much tells you who's in control, whether it's the buyers or sellers. Again, the body pretty much tells you who's in control, whether it's the buyers or the sellers. Now, the lines that you see on the top or bottom here are called wicks and shadows. And wicks and shadows indicate the range of price movement that occurred during a period of time. And remember, the period of time could be 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, or etc. Okay. So whenever prices are reached beyond the open and close, which we'll talk about that in just a few, um, that indicates the extent of these highs and lows. It shows you how high or how low price went. So these wicks just show you how high and how low price went when you're looking at a chart, right? Let me pull out the chat just in case I can see everyone talking. Perfect. All right, really quick. So the candlesticks are Japanese candlesticks. They contain four important price levels, which are the open, okay, the close, and the high and low of a candlestick. So those are the four important price levels in the market. Remember, a candlestick displays collective data of price movement in the market. So you have to remember that. So let's break these down in the next slides, right? So I talked about how in the charts you will see different time frames, such as the 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily. So when I show you the next slide, it'll have you a better understanding of what I mean about the open and close based on a particular time frame. So here is a buy candlestick, right? Let's assume that this buy candlestick represents price movement in 1 hour, okay? Price movement in 1 hour. So when a buy candlestick is forming, price opens from the bottom of the body, okay? The bottom of the body. The open will be the market price at the beginning of that 1 hour. So exactly when that candlestick starts to form, that's where the open of the buy candlestick will be. Okay, it opens at the bottom of the body. Now, when the buyers push the market up and the candlestick finished forming, the close of the buy candlestick will be at the top of the body. So the buyers push the market up, and as the candle finish forming, it will close at the top of the body. Okay. Now let's assume that the 1 hour period has ended and it's time for a new candlestick to form. So this one just finished forming. After the 1 hour or 60 minutes is done, a new candlestick will form, right? So the next candlestick that will form will open where the last candlestick closed. Okay, it will open where the last candlestick closed. In this example, the last candlestick closed on top of here. So the next candlestick will form where the last one finished. Okay, so now let's assume the next candlestick is a sell candlestick. Now the sell candlestick is the opposite of a buy. Remember, buyers push the market up and sellers push the market down. So buyers push the market up, sellers push the market down. So the open price for a sell candlestick will be at the top of the body. It will be at the top of the body. When the sellers push the market down and the candlestick is finishing forming or finished forming, the closing of the price will be at the bottom of the body, right? Since the sellers are pushing the market down, it makes sense that the closing of the candlestick will be at the bottom once it's done forming. And when it's finished forming, it finishes at the end of that 1 hour period, right? Now we talked about wicks and shadows. So the wicks and shadows, whether it's a buy or sell candlestick, shows how high price went or how low price went. So how high price went or how low price went. Whether it's the buyers or sellers, these price levels or these areas of how where the market is, it would be how high price went or how low price went. This is what the wicks and shadows represent. Okay. So there are candlesticks that will display strong momentum or a loss of momentum in the market. However, you will learn about price momentum in my lessons once we get started with our platform. So I'll leave that for when you jump into my classes. So with that being said, we learned a little bit more about candlesticks. So let's see how much you have learned in this session. Are you ready? Put an 8 in the chat if you're ready. Awesome. So let's get started. Which image shows the arrow pointing to the open of a buy candlestick? Is it A or B? Awesome. So the correct answer is A, because remember we said for a buy candlestick, the opening is at the bottom of the body. Nice job, guys. Nice. All right. Which image shows the arrow pointing to the open of a sell candlestick? You guys are so smart. Absolutely. As we talked about, that the sell candlesticks open at the top of the body of the candlestick, at the top of the body. Nice. A candlestick do not represent price movement that occurred in the last 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month. A or B, or true or false. Beautiful. This means you guys learned today. That's correct. So it's false because candlesticks do represent price movement that occurred in the last 5 minutes, 15, 30, or etc. Okay, as you can see, they do represent that. You guys are doing great. Which image shows the arrows pointing to the high of a candlestick? A or B? Beautiful. You guys are awesome. Like, I love it. So the correct answer is A. As I mentioned before, the high, whether it's a buy or sell candlestick, is at the top of the wick. The wicks here, that's the high of the candlestick. The wick in the bottom here is the low of the candlestick. High, low. Okay. Like this one. This is my favorite question. Which classes will teach you a strategy, concept, or system on how to enter and exit the market to make profit? A or B? Love it. So the correct answer is B. Remember, I said earlier, I teach you the fundamentals and the basics to prepare you to jump into the advanced educators classes to learn a strategy, concept, or system and how to enter the market. However, the basics is where it all starts. You need the basics in order to know a strategy, concept, or system. Beautiful job, guys. So, in my classes, with what you learned in this class and what you learned in this last session, you've learned 4 topics completely. Okay, you learned 4 topics completely. When you jump into my classes, there will be a lot more other topics that we will talk about to prepare you to move forward to advanced educated classes. So there are other topics that are available to you all once you jump into the platform. And it would be the same system. We're interacting, we're engaging, and then we'll have questions to make sure you understand the information and material. All right. So with that being said, thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for staying throughout the whole session. Now I'm gonna introduce you to one of our advanced educators, and I'm gonna pass the mic to G Money.
Hey Ash, thank you all. Thank you Ashley for doing that. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? All right, here. All right, you guys can hear me. I believe I'm the host now, and I believe you can see my screen. Yeah, there you go. How's everybody doing? I'm Gerardo Paez. I am one of the one of the Ellev8 educators that will be your host. When you guys tune in with us, it's a great honor and pleasure to be here. On the English side of the Zoom, close to over 700 people. So we're definitely just touching the surface on that, and our job and we want to impact as many people as possible, elevate them to understand this financial market, because it is something that everybody should learn. John always tells us, if you're new to Forex or new to trading, have never traded before, we are technically already trading our money. If you have your money in a banking system, that money is being traded. And if you don't know how to grow your own money, and know how to read the charts, it's never too late to get started. I mean, I'm in my mid 30s. I just recently learned, while I was 30. So it's not something that it's in my financial background. I'm a family person. I have 3 kids, lovely wife, been married over 10 years. And, I'm a soccer coach. Nowadays, I'm a soccer coach and a full-time trader. So, I mean, my advice to you all is here at Ellev8 is for you all to get proper education, bank trading concepts, to definitely, see the market as our theme, the Matrix sees fit. But just a little bit of representation en español, porque sí soy mexicano, nací de México y hablo perfectamente el español, leo y escribo, pero la marqueta de Forex es algo un poquito más diferente, que tenemos representantes que me van a ayudar, bueno, que se van a encargar en la educación en español. Yo me voy a enfocar en inglés porque eso fue como yo aprendí, pero mi gente latina, mi gente que habla español y todo, sí se puede, y adelante con todos su progreso con Ellev8. All right, so let's get started, y'all. So for you guys, hopefully I can see my screen, Ash, or whoever can kind of give me a thumbs up there.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Our session. Who's seen here the movie The Matrix? Anybody want to give me some yeah, maybe some M's for Matrix, just to kind of AM. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I love this movie. This movie is something that I watch at every day. It's inspiring. It's sci-fi inspiring. A lot of parables to real life. A lot of parables to control. So our session is called Enter the Matrix. We specifically focus on supply and demand, which I'll touch in a little bit. But how we connected with the market has been an eye opener for myself, for a lot of our students, and so forth. So, so what is the matrix according to the market? How we have applied it? So basically, the matrix is a system of control. The matrix is a system of control. The market is a system of control. I believe last week in curve session we learned how the banks are the ones operating the market. They're the number one traders who trade the foreign exchange. So they need control. They need to find ways to move the market as they see fit and so forth. So along the matrix, we know that we have Agent Smith, right? Agent Smith in the movie was a guy trying to, an agent trying to disrupt the market, trying to, facilitate from point A to point B, and the market's the same way. Agent Smith, we call him liquidity. The market's always looking for liquidity to try to go from point A to point B. And once that liquidity is filled, they go on to the next direction of where the market is. So Agent Smith is really, really important. However, with that glimpse of the market here, this important scene right here is one of the most that allowed me to read the charts, the charts that Ash was just going through, the candles and so forth, that understanding that the market is fractal. If you have some experience in trading, you hear phrases, the trend is your friend, or the trend goes this way and so forth. That's really important to understand. But if you look at the market as a whole, there really is no trend. There is no spoon. And you can definitely find balance within the market to make money as the market is going down, and to make money as the market is going down without fear of being caught in the wrong direction. So that's how I connect the market being fractal. You'll hear that word a lot in our sessions. But overall, when you leave our sessions, we want you to say, hey, I know Kung Fu. The moment Neo got, Jack plugged into the Matrix and had his first training knowing Kung Fu, he was just like, whoa, I know Kung Fu. And that's what we want you all to do. We want you to know Kung Fu in the sense of supply and demand. We teach the market supply and demand. We teach structure. And, for those of y'all who like numbers, I love to use the Fibonacci retracement extension tool, and so forth. But all of this is about 10% of what the market gives. 10% technical. 90% of trading is mindset. So my partner, Marcus Morpheus McKinney, he's the one that that brings that calm voice to our classes, giving us each session. We must start with a free your mind moment. Letting go of fear, letting go of doubt and disbelief. We want, by you freeing your mind, you can definitely see the market as, as Neo did. I'm not Neo. Our job is to create Neos, and making you all see the market, making you see the matrix, how Neo did, like that. So, but definitely, you guys will be in for a ride right now. So let's get started, y'all. Let's hit some 8s right there. If you guys enjoyed the presentation of Enter the Matrix, Supply and Demand. Thank you guys. Appreciate the support. So first things first, we look at the market as supply and demand. I have about over 10 pages of of information, but I'll just go over here a couple of slides. And this is exactly how I see things. Okay, so when we have too much supply in the market falls. Okay, when we have too much demand, the market rises. Okay, the most important thing you can know about supply and demand is equilibrium. Okay, when both are equal. So for example, when the market goes down, that tells us that supply is greater than demand. Price is always trying to go back to equilibrium, right? We're trying to help you understand that do not chase price. Let it come back to you. Let it come back to its equilibrium and then sell, and vice versa in the other way. So if you guys can see right here in this example, I mean, very simple, straightforward reading. Supply. When supply exceeds demand, the price of an asset will fall in order to attract buyers. When demand exceeds supply, the price of an asset will increase in order to attract sellers. And most importantly, my favorite thing, equilibrium. When supply and demand are equilibrium, the price of an asset will trade sideways or in a narrow range. All right, so here's the next most important clues right here. Okay, the financial markets are fractal. You know, these same basic rules apply at any time frame. But here's the trick. Due to the market being complex and dynamic, finding the true supply or demand origin is very unlikely, right? However, price leaves clues, okay? And this is kind of where I will be focusing on. What are the clues that the market leaves for us? Okay, so here he goes. Supply BEC. When you come to our class, we'll explain what the BEC is. It's a great candle to identify, right? However, here, if you all were taking notes with Ash, see, we have a big bearish candle. My selling candles are black and my bullish candles are white, right? So here, supply was greater than demand, right? Here is an equilibrium zone that price will mitigate back to and then fall. So this is these are three examples of what my subconscious is trained of what I see for a selling opportunity. The ones below are three visual examples that are engraved in my subconscious. They're engraved in my eyes. And if you guys, every session we look for these, every session we train your eyes to identify these, right? So let's just look at some examples right here. We're gonna focus on this one right here. Okay, this one is called a rally base rally. We have a bullish candle, we have one bearish candle, and we have another bullish candle. This leaves as the equilibrium zone. Price comes back down to it, mitigate, only to go higher. So hopefully you guys can get a mental picture of this particular scenario. And now let me show you all an example with the chart. Here on US 500, as you can see right now, we're just studying the candles. But for those of you who have some experience, the market is creating higher highs, right? So that tells us the market wants to go higher, right? So our job at Enter the Matrix is for you to quickly get your eye trained to find examples of a rally-based rally, as you guys can see right here. Can I get an 8 on the chat there to see if you guys can agree with me that that's a rally-based rally, right? And what is price supposed to do before it goes higher? Maybe this is an advanced question, but this is called equilibrium, right? Equilibrium, right? Price always wants to return back to equilibrium, correct itself before it goes higher, right? So the equilibrium technically becomes the entry zone, right? The entry zone. And then our job is to understand this market and then find the play that will take us to the promised land, right? And this is a rewinded, excuse me, I rewinded the clock a little bit there to just show this example, but the market is fractal. These things are happening over and over again. Look at this. Price goes back to equilibrium, and all it does is just goes higher again. So, I'll show you guys a few examples right there over and over again with this scenario. Another example here with GU. This is my favorite example. This is a BEC demand zone, right? BEC demand zone right here. If I can get to zoom in. This right here is what changed, I guess you could, in my trading career. And it just immediately changed it. These 3 candlesticks right there. 1, 2, 3. We have, the BEC play. The BEC play becomes identifying these 3 candles becomes an equilibrium zone. Price shows that supply, in this scenario, price shows that demand is greater than supply, right? And price should come back to equilibrium to only go higher. And if we hit play, price does exactly that. Look at that. Price has met equilibrium and then only goes higher afterwards. So it's another example right there. So that was 2 bullish examples. Now let me show you all right here a bearish example, which I already have highlighted. Can you all see the 3 candles right there? What is price supposed to do before it continues dropping? Go back towards equilibrium, right? So, we trade smart money, we trade bank concepts, we supplement curves, traditional smart money education, the fundamental of education, but we add a little enter the matrix supply and demand twist, giving us, more confirmation for that. Equilibrium zone, easy. You hit play, price goes back to equilibrium. There you go, that's our entry zone. And then we keep letting the market go lower, and as we make money and so forth. All right, and the final example on Euro CAD. The market is fractal. You don't always have to wait for price to go back towards equilibrium, right? So this is a live chart. We'll just kind of hit rewind right there. Okay, right here, price has shown its face, right? Supply being greater than demand. This is an equilibrium zone that price would like to return to. You read and study the candles. Okay, price is trying to get back over there. Okay, there it goes. Actually, you know what? This is something that I love to show as well. And look, price left clues again. Price left another supply zone, right? But what happens if a supply zone gets broken, right? What happens? Well, check this out. Price is supposed to fall from right there, right? It's supposed to fall from right there based on our rules and so forth. But look, supply gets broken. Supply gets broken. Well, supply becomes demand because it's an equilibrium zone, right? So price comes back, mitigates back to that same area to only take it back to that current equilibrium zone and so forth. And this thing happens over and over again. Supply again right there. Can supply survive it? Maybe not. Supply gets broken. Supply gets broken right there. Right? Supply gets broken. As you guys can see, supply gets broken. And we have a new demand level right here, trying to take the market to the upside. Price comes back and mitigates it to only go higher. So, I mean, that is our job here at our supply and demand, enter the matrix. And, myself, along with Marcus, we love to educate you all. Our main focus is education. Our main focus is education. And, I just can't wait to get started, y'all. I really, really can't get started. Get you all, introduced to the more of the confirmations that we use, the higher high structure, the ABC structure. I didn't even touch on the Fibonacci today. and just limited the time. But you know, when you all decide to join Ellev8, you'll have more of us, more of Ashley, more of John, and ask us any questions you guys would like to continue elevating your success and elevating your story. Thank you, guys. Whoever's next, I'm sorry I got lost in the agenda for all the excitement. I really do appreciate you all.
All right, all right. I think I need to be made host so I can share my face. All right, there we go. If you can hear me and see me well, please drop an 8 in the chat box. Drop some 8s. Hello, everyone. That was awesome, G Money. Some of you guys were asking, where this stuff came from, and this is what you guys will have access to, is the amazing methods and systems that all of our educators will be able to teach you guys and be able to allow you to see the market in a way that some of you may have never been able to see it before. So thank you, G Money. Thanks, Ash. You guys are awesome. So someone says you can't see me. Can you guys see me? Drop a 7 if you can see me.
I can see and hear you.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure you guys could see me. All right. Well, guys, my name is Chris Evans. I'm also an educator here at Ellev8, and I do have my own system that I do teach. However, what I want to show you guys today is some of the amazing tools and systems that we have provided, and you guys will be able to have access to, that will accelerate, if you will, your ability to take advantage of this market. Just a little background on me real quickly. My background is in the IT field, right? And quite a few years ago, I lost my job in that field, and that's where I started to get more introduced to different ways to make money, and Forex was one of them that I became, that they came into my life, right? And I have used my IT background, if you will, and trading and combine them into one, right? And I guess you can say one of the gifts that I have is being able to take the mind of a trader, right, which I've done with many of our educators, and create tools that can then help our students be able to accelerate their success in the market. So I want to show you guys some of these tools, and you guys will be able to see the tools that we have. Awesome. So let me share my screen. I'm going to stop my video real quick and share my screen. And boom. Please drop an 8 if you can see my screen. Awesome. So this may seem like a lot to you guys, but I'm just gonna just show you some of these things at quick glance so you can see that we got 3 different charts up right here. Right, we got one here on the left, one on the right, in the middle, and one here on the right. These are 3 different systems that you guys will have access to from our educators, and it's basically the style and method that you will be learning put onto the screen and actually showing you potential entries based on that trading style. So not only will you be able to learn these things, you'll actually also be able to use these tools, right, that will be able to give you optimal entries based on what you're learning in class, guys. So a lot of our students love these because depending on what your schedule is, whatever you have going on in life, sometimes it can be difficult to be able to sit in front of the charts and be able to analyze the market with and having that time and that time freedom, right? And that's what trading is for, but sometimes you have to grow into it. So this helps you grow into being able to get some of that time freedom, because what you can do with these systems is you can set alerts. So anytime one of these pops up onto a chart, it will get sent straight to your phone and let you know, hey, here's a potential trade that you can take based on the systems that you've been learning. So that's what each one of these do. You can see we have some sell signals are here, some here that have been on the system. We got some buy signals. Regardless of what they are, they're all tools that can help you free up some of your time and also help you with some of the confirmations, because that's one of the most difficult things that people have struggled with, is actually knowing when to enter the market. They know, okay, I know this system, you know, I'm learning the system, but I'm still struggling exactly when I should be entering the market. And this will accelerate your ability to do that. So if you think this is something awesome, please drop some eights in the chat. Let me know. We got some people that's already in the chat saying they're using all the tools and they're getting great results from them. All right, awesome. So, but this is not where it ends, guys. We took it another level, right? We took a whole nother level. We were like, okay, we got these tools, right, that are allowing our educators and our students to be able to see when they should enter in the market. But what if we can find something, or what if we can create something that can do a little bit more? And that's exactly what we did, right? And so I want to show you one of our other tools that you guys will have access. Just a real brief explanation on what this does, guys. So those that were just paying attention to G Money's little quick class on where he had the zones, right? Where he had the zones, and these were his entry zones. Well, what we have done, guys, is our educators will actually provide you with some of these zones, and you can create some of yourself as well. But we actually provide you with these zones, and all you have to do is copy and paste them onto this chart, and this trading assistant is what we call it. We actually call our trading assistants Excel systems, right? And what they will do is actually enter their market based on the zone that you put on the chart. So let me just show you a quick example of one of those, just real quickly, to show you how quickly and easy this is, right? So here's an example of some zones that were sent earlier today, right? All I have to do, right, is I copy this number, I hit my first start button, I paste it in here, hit OK, go to my next number, copy that, hit my next button. It probably is up here. There we go. Copy that, paste it in here. And then lastly, copy the last number, hit my last button, paste it in here. And then we hit this hot button right here, this set zones button, everything turns green. And from that point, when the market reaches that level, this trading assistant will look for certain price action to happen for it to determine whether it's going to enter the market for you or not, right? And it handles the trade, it stops, takes profit, all of those things for you. And so that is one of the amazing tools that we have as well. And I just want to show you guys, we actually have some people that are testing these systems right now. Just this week, we just started having some beta testers that are testing out this system. And I'm just going to show you just a quick few snapshots of the guy. This is just Wednesday, right? It's just 3 days. And Monday, to be honest with you, was a slow start. So this is some of the results that we've had. I'm just going to share you real quick some snapshots here. We says, it's amazing how I went to bed and woke up to some profit. Cannot wait to try more zones. So this member was able to make money while she was asleep, guys, right? Just from being able to use the tools that we are providing, right? And then we also, right, have another one that says my EN, that's Euro NZD for those that don't know, buy closed automatically with the $81.41 profit. Guys, this is happening with very minimal input from our users. We have taken pretty much, anywhere from 70 to 80% of the work away from you. And this allows you to not have to worry so much about trying to learn really quickly, because whatever it is that you have going on in your life, we are providing these tools so you can almost, in a way, sit back and just learn and absorb the information. But with these tools, you can also profit alongside of that, guys. So Just a couple more examples, right? She was just saying that she was up $185 at this time, right? Another example, this guy, he's got multiple accounts. He's got his multiple accounts set up on using this trading assistant. Yesterday, he was up 12.5, 11, and 5%. Today, he was up, and this was yesterday. No, actually, it was today when he posted this. And then today, it was 12.4, 11.5, and 9.6% in just a couple of days, guys. Right? In 2 separate days, he made a profit of over 10% in multiple accounts. Guys, I don't know about you. I don't know how many of you have been in the investing markets, right? Whether you have money in the stock market or you have your money in a savings account. I don't know if you guys have ever seen anywhere other than the foreign exchange market where you can make a profit of 12, 11, 12% in one single day. Guys, that 10, 12%, and for most people in the stock market is a great year, right? That's a fantastic year. But we're able to do that in one single day. And so, none of this is guaranteed, right? None of these numbers are guaranteed, or, we don't make any profit claims or anything like that. But this is the potential that these tools and the foreign exchange market can allow you to do. And just one more example. Right, and again, these numbers are not guaranteed, but this is just to show you. We had a member here, so they finally reached their 10%. All credit to the current trade. The perfect storm trading assistant did everything, right? So I just want to show you some of those results and some of the tools that we provide you guys. And I want to drop here. There's one more thing, right? And I won't be able to show it to you today. It's still in process. However, we even took it up another level, right? So where you won't even have to go in and put in your zones, where the system will do up to 95% of the work for you, right? We call this some of our accelerate systems, right? Where almost everything is done for you. There's just a little bit of management that you have to do, but it will be able to make you money while you're asleep or while you're at work, whatever the case may be, right? That's what these systems are designed to do. So without further ado, I want to move on to the next part. But if you want to learn more about these systems and learn and get access to these trading automating systems, I can't wait to see you in class, right? So let me share my face again. Let me stop sharing my screen. So I want to talk to you guys just briefly. Here we go. You guys should be able to see me. So one of the things that I personally teach is on trading psychology, right? I feel it is a very important part to being a successful trader. We'll drag this over. So I heard G Money say that trading is 90% mental, right? 90% mental. And what a lot of platforms fail, and from my perspective at least, to focus on is the psychology, right? You hear oftentimes from many different platforms, including ours, right? Well, people will say that 90% of trading is mental, but very few people actually teach the mental side of things, right? We have many educators that teach the technical analysis and everything like that. But in order to actually become a successful and profitable trader, you have to have the right mindset in order to be successful, right? It doesn't matter how, from what I know, there is no 100% winning system. There's no system that will win 100% of your trades, right? So the best you can do, I guess you can say, is 99%, right? You win 99% of your trades. But here's the thing, even if you win 99%, if you don't have the right mentality, that 1% can take you completely out, right? And so you have to have the right mindset when it comes into trading. And there's many different things that we teach that help you learn how to get better with your psychology, right? Where we go into, making sure that you're understanding the mistakes you're making, understanding why you're making those mental mistakes, and how you can improve on them in the future, right? Trading is a journey. Trading is a marathon. It is not a sprint, right? In a sprint, obviously you're trying to get somewhere real fast, right? And you're not really worrying about, what's in front of you. All you're worried about is getting to that destination. But here's the thing, right? Trading is a marathon. It is not a sprint, because this is supposed to be a long-term skill, right? Something that you'll be able to have for you for the rest of your life. So the way I always think about it is with a marathon, right? You have to stay determined, right? You have to stay disciplined, and you also have to put in the work before, right, you go on that marathon. That's where coming into class is, right? That's what back testing is. So for those that don't know what back testing is, don't worry about it. We're going to teach you all of these things when you join us and come into class here at Ellev8, right? I see someone in the chat right here says 1% can take you out if you have the wrong mindset, and that is 100% true, right? You have to have the right mindset and think in terms of probability, right? Every system has a probability, right? It has an edge, and that's what we're teaching you. We're giving you the edge in the market, where your probability is at a higher rate because of the things that you're learning here with us at Ellev8, right? So, and one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys is, well, some of you say, yes, you can make money with Forex, or trading's cool or whatever, but what makes trading in the foreign exchange market so powerful, right? Well, I just want to show you a quick example of what makes this market so powerful. So let me share my screen one more time. I'm going to stop my video. I'm going to share my screen one more time. And this is all about compounding, guys. And again, this is all about this being a journey and not a sprint, right? If I were to ask you, for those that are in the chat, let me know if I told you that if you were to start learning how to trade in 2 to 3 years, you could quit your job and retire. How many of you, drop an 8 in the chat if you would be happy with that? If I told you, if you joined Ellev8, right, this week or this month or whatever, right, and in 2 to 3 years, you would be able to quit your job or retire your family, whatever it is, whatever your goal is, right, you would be able to do that. How many of you would be happy with that, right? I see a whole lot of 8s jump that are populating in the chat box, because most of us are on a path of 40 or more years, right, to retire. And if that's what you want to do, that's totally fine. You can still use this skill to accelerate whatever it is that you also want to do in life, whether it's go on vacations, whether it's invest in other markets, whatever it may be. This market can allow you to do that. But I just want to show you guys a quick, real, numbers example. Again, this is no profit guarantee. This is nothing like that. This is just a theoretical example of how powerful this market can be, right? So we're starting off. I just want to show you guys. We're starting this example off. Say you started off with a $200 account, guys. $200 account, right? And you had a daily interest percentage growth of 1%. Guys, keep in mind, we have people that are earning 10%, 12%, 11%, 9%, 6%, all in one day. So this is a very conservative number. I just want to be as conservative and realistic as possible, because with the tools and access and methods that you guys are learning, this 1%, you will likely be able to blow out of water. But again, nothing's guaranteed. Anything can happen. But I just wanted to show you guys just kind of a bare minimum, if you will, example. So 1% a day, 5 days a week, right? So I said 3 years. So there's about 250 trading days in a year. So we're saying 3 years, 750 days of trading, right? We're going to continue to compound. We're not going to trade on the weekends. We're going to take breaks on the weekends. And you will see with this $200 account, in 3 years, you can grow that account to close to $350,000 in 3 years. And some of you may say $350,000 is a lot of money. but it's not necessarily enough to retire with, right? Some are told that you need anywhere from $1 million to $2 million to retire. And if you're retiring at a younger age, you need even more than that. But here's the thing, guys, if you've been able to do this, you've learned the skill that you can do this each and every day. And so what does that look like at that 1% each and every day? Let's scroll all the way down here. See if I can grab just all the way down to the bottom, right? That 1%, of that $350,000 is $3,500 in one day. How many of you would be happy or be comfortable with having the ability to make $3,500 per day in this market, right? How many of you would be able to retire, right, or be able to do whatever it is that your goals are, right, with that $3,500 a day, right? And now, again, guys, this is just examples, right? This is not to guarantee anything, but I just want to show you guys the power of being able to compound in this market and thinking in long term, because a lot of people try to, they grow their account and they flip their account in a couple of days or a couple of weeks or whatever, multiple times, right? And then they end up losing it all because they're being too aggressive. What we teach you is to have proper risk management and have long-term goals, right? And understand that this is all about long term. This is a skill that can't be taken away from you once you learn it, right? And that as long as you have the skill, you will be financially free for the rest of your life, right? And you can do amazing things with it. So with that being said, let me share my face one more time. Guys, that is all I have. I hope I was able to provide you guys with some value and understanding on how here at Ellev8, we are all about having people become independent traders, and we're providing tools and systems that allow you to accelerate that process as much as we can. So that's all I have, guys. I hope to see you in class. Let's elevate.